Viva la Brundle. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. So my last video, I thought the audio was going to be good for the Mac. I do remember some of the engine files, like, sounding way louder than other ones, and Z-mods are, like, stripped down. Not stripped down, but they're just finely tuned. The one that's in this Mac is just fucking ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. So I'm going to drive this thing to the nearest service station, and I'm going to put a big cam, 855 big cam in it. So with that being said, I'm also going to put an Eaton transmission instead of having the maxi torque, because I mean it's not a true Mac anymore, so I'm not going to waste my time with that. Actually, I don't know, I'll see what happens when I get there, but yeah, I already turned the audio down a lot, so I'm hoping, like, this is way better, because to my ears right now, it sounds way better as is right now. So for you guys, I think it's a lot better. So let's get going. Wait at the gate. I'm actually thinking of this now. Like, I don't know if maxi torques were an option with non-Mac engines. I'm gonna look that up when I'm at the service station. I completely missed that stop sign. I am sorry. Yeah, no, this engine is going. Because, yeah, it's a Mac engine. It sounds similar to what it should be. But, like that, and having to change my audio every time I drive a truck is kind of annoying. Like, a little adjustment, I don't mind, but having to, like, drop it considerably, I'd rather not have to do that. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but this thing's geared so high, I can double shift with 40,000 pounds on it. And I'm top gear, top speed right now. Well, top gear, not really top speed. The gearing, because I'm pretty sure the top speed for the gearing is only going to be like in the 60s. I think. 55? Yeah, we're going all speed limit already. ATS are owned by Volvo now. Their engines are the MP series. The MP series are literally the D13s, D12, not D12s, because those were before the MPs, but pretty much the D13s. So those, it's just weird, not really, but like since the Mac engines are MP8s, they're going to have Gold Bulldog on the hood of it. But it's really not a Mac engine. It's a Volvo. Granted, they are owned by Volvo, but it's just not its own thing. So, just one of those little quirky things. We just passed the service station. Fuck it. With the next one. As soon as we swapped like the engine in this though, because it looks like we're close to making the delivery anyways. I'm gonna switch back to the record and see if I can park a quick tow. I did say in the last video I was going to do some modifications to. I'm going to hold to that in this episode. But, yeah, just gonna run the record. Target in the distance on the GPS. I got no service stations. It's only a Target in that one area. It's very silly. Yep, no, top gear is 64, 65 miles an hour. That's literally max RPM. 64, to be specific. So this thing couldn't even do 70, even if it wanted to. Unless it's like you're going downhill. Some audio files. I'm sorry, buddy. Some audio files. It just sounds so drony, and that's like part of the reason why I usually just go for premium mods. I did check Z mods for the Mac engine. They pulled it off their website. I didn't grab it in time. I think the last time I checked was when I bought the KTA. Even then, I don't remember even looking, or even if I saw that up there still. So, it is what it is. The Superliner mod does sound really good. The E9 in that one sounds fantastic. Who else was there? Bryce Dallas Howard was there. Who else? Oh, the guy from Grandma's Boy, like the nerdy, like robot guy was like, I can't, what the fuck did he say? I can't remember his exact line, but he talked like this. Like, yeah, that's what he's known for. Well, one of the roles he's known for. He was in Dodgeball too. I can't remember his fucking name. Maximum RPM. In reverse. Forward somewhat. And perfect. Now, that is done and out of the way. So let's continue. So now, we're going to go back into our handy dandy Wreckerino with our 19-liter beast in this thing. So with that being said, we're going to turn the volume back up to where it was. I had it about 90%. You know, we're just going to go... I'm just going to go 85. I'll go 80. Yeah, we'll go 80. Alright, so now... let's quick travel to the nearest garage. Keep it in Colorado. Montrose. Why not? And let's get the hell. Try and configure it all. Alright, so what could we do? I mean, as far as it is, I do like what it is, like as it is. Interior wise, though, I believe there are interior lights I can do. Not you. Shifter, no. Button frames, no. Interior framing, no. I could have swore there was Jesus Christ, I'm drawing a blank. Like a foot panel light. That was an option. It may not be on this one though, but regardless. So the hive is green. I do like the Pride and Glory emblem. We could do without that. Yeah, nice basic bitch Pete emblem. Headlights though, I was talking about going back to 389s. I mean, they look alright. It's just I keep going back to the 379 style. I just like I just like them overall better. Paint wise though, we could there was one color particular. Nope. There was a metallic. Silver I wanted to do. Because silver does look like, not maybe silver, but like a metallic gray. That's the best way I can describe it. Custom metallic. Look at that, right there. Nope. Keep that right yonder. Ooh. I like that. So we're gonna stick with that. Bad Larry. I want to do a little bit more, so wheel-wise, change the hubcaps. Chrome, no, cal. Don't want that. Hubometer, no. A hubometer. You'll usually just see that on trailers, but they're pretty much mileage counters for like axles. So if it's not a vehicle that's driven, it's like a trailer that's towed, you can see how many miles has gone through or been driven on said axle and such. Bolts to where the hubcap goes. It's pretty cool. Standard. Nice plain Jane hubcap. So now we can do lug nuts and do painted, polished, no, Hyperion, no, for fleet. Some basic bitch ones. Nope. King Crow. Indicators. Nope, don't want those. Bolivian. That was like the just shotgun shells. That's the best way I can describe them. They're just like cylindrical fucking shapes. I like those. Those are good. Fender covering. Hell yeah. Yeah, that looks sick. Gotta protect the fenders. It's also the same. I could do the same on the 359 that I have, but I'm not sure if you guys remember that one, but there's like a steel, like a stainless steel fender protector that is bolted just underneath the headlights on each side. Chrome. Nice brown leather. Brown leather looks good. Do I want it though? Red just looks fucking silly. I mean, there's really no point to that with the paint one. Can't even really see it. So, I think let's just leave those off for now. And front fenders. Hello. Ooh. 2. Wait, what's the difference between custom 1 and 2? Anything from the inside? Anything over here? Pride and glass. Just a different shit. Chrome? Looks like chrome. It goes with the chrome on the side there. That does go with the Pride and Class logo. Yeah, that definitely looks sharper. Alright. Gonna go with that. See if we can find a new toe. Jump, free market. And record. Colorado. Oh, no. Let's go to stay over here. Do want to try to like keep in the more mountainous region. Montana. Jeez. It's an old R model. Yeah, we'll pick this one up. 13-hour, not bad at all. And we have to go to Laurel, Montana, and then drive down through Wyoming to Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Alright, so we'll pick this one and we'll go to Laurel. Nope. It's right next to Billings, so we'll go to Billings, drive over to Laurel, pick up the tow, and keep on trucking. I don't know how I feel about the color in the daylight. God damn it. I'll change the color. No, back out of there. Flat, no. 39X, no. Black solid. Breeze green. I may just go back to like that safety yellow or safety green, I should say. It's cool. It looks like stainless steel fenders, which I would prefer stainless steel fenders. I mean, for this combo, I think no, I think we can pull off the brown with this setup. Yeah, I like that. Alright. Just gonna roll with that. Yeah, I like that. I like that way better. Alright. So many miles, not bad at all. at work this week, I'm doing some training, but there was a L9 Cummins that came into the shop with a no-start issue. Customer did some diag themselves. I just started from the beginning. They were saying that the common rail was not building past 100 psi in the rail, which was true. Verified the customer complaint, tried to start it, obviously wouldn't start. I tried priming the fuel system a bunch of times, because sometimes if it's a low side pressure issue, if you prime it enough and it's a small enough like air inlet into the system, it'll still prime enough where it would fire and run. So it definitely cleared that portion of it. What are you doing, bud? Holy shit. Follow troubleshooting, quick serve, and I think it was going to bypass. Anyways, did the low side pressure testing, hooked up some clear hoses between the engine mounted fuel filter housing to the fuel gear pump, and observed the fuel while trying to prime the engine, and fuel did prime. There was a little bit of error, like at first, because obviously you're opening the fuel system, and whatever error gets in there, you're going to have error first, no matter what. But after priming the truck quite a few times, there was no question that it would, or, you know, it would build prime. Kept trying to crank it over, nothing. I hooked up Insight. I had a 4691 code. I believe that's the code. It's a injector metering code, pretty much saying there's not enough fuel to fire, not fire, but it's not enough fuel in the rail, I should say. We need to start turning. And we're gonna do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. We're gonna do some sketchy shit on a doo-dah day. Move, you son of a bitch. That scared the shit out of me, and yep. That was a little I did a little I actually shouldn't even fucking be laughing about that, but for the thought that came in my head, I did a little cosplaying, and I'll leave it at that. Alright, so now, what was that? Oh, so yeah, it's the 4169, 4197. I can't remember the exact number now, but it's an injector metering code, pretty much saying that there's not enough fuel being supplied to the comm rail. For that troubleshooting, I made sure there was no air, excessive air in the system, because there's the way they describe it in training and or in troubleshooting as well. If you have champagne bubbles, it's fine. But if you have, like, the guys will describe it, like guys in the shop, i.e. me and the other guys, will describe it as like beer bubbles, like big giant bubbles. Then you have like an air issue, like the priming issue. So another part of the troubleshooting was the lift pump. So L9, same as the X15s, they have an electronic lift pump, and there are two designs. I've only run into the one I believe anyways. It's only supposed to prime up to like 8 psi, give or take. Yeah, so I plugged in with Insight, made sure it was actually not building past 100 psi in rail, which it was not. And that being said, I followed through with the entire troubleshooting except for one issue. And one of the senior guys actually gave me really good pointers about getting access to the fuel manifold on the back of the head, or the back of the block, it should say, is where it's located. What we have to do? You fucking asshole! This asshole just. What? These fucking dickheads. Mother, this game is on some shit today. These fucking people do not know how to fucking drive. Yeah. So that being said, follow through the troubleshooting. Senior guy gave me some pointers about accessing the fuel manifold at the back of the cylinder block, where like the returns and all that stuff for the injectors, the fuel pump head, and all that stuff go to. I ended up having to remove the bolts from the cab, the two frontmost, jacked up the cab just enough where I could reach behind everything. Mind you, like, for the model of truck that it is, I had to cut a ton of zip ties and get a bracket out of my way, and the entire time, like, all the harnesses are literally, like, right in that area, so you have to move all that out of the way. So did that, had a ton of access then, performed all the testing required. Another tidbit of information on the L9s anyways. I'm sure it's like this with other ones. I personally haven't ran into this, but the fuel pressure relief valve on the common rail, there is a way to tell if it is going bad without like performing like a whole bunch of tests. So you literally just fire up the truck, let it run, and the thing will get hot, incredibly hot. This is what I've been told. I have personally not diagnosed something like that before, but a little giveaway or takeaway from that. Oh yeah, that's right. We are picking up a tow. There we go. And the troubleshooting, that all turned out fine. Like all the testing I did, except for one test. The one test that I did that led to me finding a failure, it was checking the fuel flow from the high pressure fuel pump head to the common rail. And the test is very simple. You just take the feed pipe from the rail off, like from the rail, and you take the end off the high pressure fuel pump head, and you pretty much just put a hose on the back of the fitting where the line would go, and you meter how much fuel is supposed to, or how much fuel comes out. When I did that with this truck though, mind you, everything's hooked back up, low pressure seems fine, primed it till it was nice and thick fuel in the lines, and not a drop, not a single drop of fuel came out. So she's getting a high pressure fuel pump head, which we are still waiting on approval from the customer to do, because obviously you can't just, you know, oh hey, we found this wrong with the truck, we fixed it for you, you gotta give us like 10 grand now. that is a very terrible way to do business. So just waiting on for them to approve all that stuff. I'm happy with the little changes I did. I'm gonna have to get lug covers for the rears though. It's gonna bug me. Because the black lug covers in the front was like, you know, it's cool. Unless I went like steel white rims in the rear, you know, keep it all business up front or in the back, and have nice and show quality up front. Clipping the curb. Dominoes. What kind of business is that across from there? I can't even see it. Probably like a fucking Starbucks or something. No, it's coming right still, so we are going. Almost 1,700 miles on it. There are some guys that have played this game so much where they have hundreds of thousands, and I say hundreds, multiple hundreds of thousands of miles on their trucks in game. I do enjoy the game. I don't know if I'll ever get to 100 something thousand on one truck. I never have. It would be, I don't know, kind of cool if you did, but still, that's like a lot of time in the game. But if I'm not doing anything else, I mean, what's the point, right? Just fucking do it. And of course, we're going to let it. Where's our air at? Oh, air is good. I hit the brakes a bunch and didn't know if it was going to pop out pretty soon. Oop. Yes, I'm going through every individual gear. wonder. Yeah. So when you tow a vehicle, tow drivers will have like light brackets they'll throw onto the back of, or the front of, whichever way they orient the truck that they're towing, or vehicle they're towing. They'll throw like a light bar, like what you see on the back of this truck, over like whatever's there, so that way they have working taillights behind it. So obviously you can see like if they need to stop, take a turn. No. No. Slow it down for the bend. About a half a tank of fuel right now. Oh, just under, according to the gauge, anyways, the indicator on our HUD. It's kind of difficult to read while I'm sitting. But we're just under half a tank right now. See anybody coming? Yeah, we can pass. We did do it illegally. We did do it legally. Because the double yellow, there was no double yellow, there was a one-sided yellow that was on our side while we were doing that, so it was a legal pass. Camaro. Related to the fuel pump failure I found, I pulled the high pressure fuel pump head off. It's a very simplistic design when you pull it off. The high pressure fuel pump it's basically a mini engine, kind of like a compressor, but not like how a compressor is like a mini engine because it has a piston and such. So the high pressure fuel pump on the L9 anyways, and I'm sure on the X15, is driven from a gear from the timing gears, and the shaft from this gear that goes into the pump is basically a cam with two lobes that actuates each plunger for the pump. When I pulled it off, one of the plunger rods was stuck down, or stuck up from the orientation because it's laying down. And I personally have never had one of those off before, like on an L9 anyways. On a CM2450 X15, they have individual fuel pump heads, and I've done those for campaign purposes. Those things are pretty cool. So this I had off, and the same senior tech that showed me the way to identify tricks to access the manifold also helped me identify what actually failed on this fuel pump head. And it was one of the plungers. So one of the plungers, there's like a check valve inside the fuel pump head, and you press down on the first plunger that stayed up, and it sprays fuel right out the outlet port where it's supposed to push fuel into the fuel rail. But when you press down on the rear one, it sprayed fuel, but it didn't bounce back like it should, indicating a failed portion of the head. Another thing that happened to work too, a trash truck roll-off. So roll-off is, so you've definitely seen them on the road, probably haven't paid attention too much, but it's a truck with a long steel frame with like cable on it, and it uses said frame, kind of lowers it back like a, not lowers it, raises it like a dump truck, and pushes out and lowers to the ground. So you then throw the hook and cable that's on there, hook it onto a container, and then use the cable and winch it up onto said frame where it guides itself on rails, and retract said bed rails and lower back down, and that is the roll-off. You'll see it. It's a steel container. You can't miss it. But one of those came in. It's a year old. One of the drivers of the thing, like before it came to us, he was driving it, took a super sharp turn into something, destroyed the fuel tank just underneath the driver's side. So they end up putting an aftermarket tank on it themselves. They put a whole fresh tank of fuel in the thing. Oh, pucker. There we go. But it came in for a check engine light and water and fuel light. So mind you, these are two totally separate issues. The check engine light was for VGT code, which troubleshooting pretty much led me to repair verification. Repair verification is pretty much just saying nothing's wrong, make sure, like, clear the codes, make sure it doesn't come back, and follow through with procedure to ensure, like, follow the steps to ensure that it would go through the proper measures, that if the code were to trigger, it would trigger on either test drive, or if you just turn the key on, let it sit for a little bit, stuff like that. Other than that, the water and fuel light though, shits and giggles, I already saw there was fuel, like they just done filters on this thing. This must have been just for whatever bullshit they thought was probably going on. But I popped the fuel tank cap, and it was just cloudy diesel. could not see the bottom of the tank, which in diesel you should see the bottom of the tank. So, I drained some of the fuel off on the fuel filter housing. This was an MX-13 engine. Just disgusting, like, whitish fluid came out with fuel, and that fluid was heavier than the diesel. Hence why it sank the bomb and such. But whatever was in there was absolutely setting off the WIF, short for water and fuel light. As far as what exactly it is, me and a few other guys, me and my team lead in our shop, I was thinking it was DEF, because it's white. DEF is usually white when it crystallizes, all that good stuff. But there was just a lot in this tank, and so the appearance, anyways, in the fuel filters made it appear as though, turn the lights on, made it appear as though that it was DEF. I even pulled the fuel filters out, and it just looked milky white, and there weren't clusters and crystallization though, so it's just very odd. So we had one of the, or a few of the owners of the company came down and checked out what we were talking about. They were obviously agreeing like there's something fucking wrong here, and they were saying that they're at their shop, they have their own pumps, and they get it topped off like twice a week, like 8,000 gallons. It's not many things. It could be that could contaminate a fuel system like that. Either A, the guys that delivered your fuel have like contaminated fuel, or whoever filled up your tank filled it up wrong, and or like not necessarily filled it up wrong, but like if they put the tank on and it was sitting for a while and it might have sat outside, wasn't sorted right, something silly like that. But they were adamant that nothing crazy happened. This is the only truck with that issue, so regardless, the tank has to get flushed, cleaned out, and we're gonna have to do some more checks to see if DEF truly did run through this system. We're gonna have to pull off some other fuel components, like high pressure components as well, to see if anything rusted, because that is what DEF does in the high pressure system. It causes rust to build up, which obviously, like, when you're dealing with very, very, very fine orifices in the injectors, that's a no bueno. We are coming up on ending this episode, though. We'll find a nice spot to pull over to and rest. Riverton, those. Do we stop at Target? We're already past it. I gotta stop at Service. We're going to go to. Let's see. That was a Napa right there. That's a quarter right there. We'll go somewhere at least a little well lit. Back alley. That'd be rude. Especially with like how loud this thing is. Like in the game anyways, it's like from a real world perspective, if some asshole with a truck with a loud ass engine just like pulled up like behind your house, and start their engine at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Brother. I know I do not. We're gonna have to go to the service station and really see anything I liked. Oop, scoot the tires a little bit. And again, we wait at the light. Nope, not going to reverse. Miss. Alright. Oh, and they have a fuel station. So, you know what? We're gonna park here for the night. That way when we get up to go tomorrow, we can fuel up and skedaddle. Alright, I like that. Engine off. Alright, guys, again, if you like my commentary, enjoy seeing me drive, just enjoy seeing my big dumb face, please like and subscribe. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Any sort of helpful place you want to throw out there to help me game, little tidbits of information you want to throw out there, feel free. But as always, it is a beautiful day, and I appreciate you. I'll see you.